Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a little talk on hair loss, and a lot of women my age, a lot of you out there have complained about losing hair, thinning at the scalp, just overall thinning. And I did some research on the net, and I came up with a few things that were very interesting, and I figured I'd pass it on to you guys. And so here are some possible causes. The first one was thyroid. It says too much or too little of the thyroid hormones can cause hair loss, but hair loss is rarely the only sign of a thyroid problem. Other symptoms are weight gain or loss, sensitivity to cold or heat, and changes in the heart rate is, other symptoms of thyroid. So too little or too much of the thyroid hormone can cause hair loss. So usually that's the first thing. Another one is PCOS. It's called Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. It's where the body makes higher levels of androgens, and this can cause extra hair to sprout on the face and body while thinning on the scalp. PCOS can also lead to ovulation problems, and acne and weight gain. Another possible cause of hair loss is alopecia areata, and it's when your hair falls out in patches, and the culprit is usually the body's immune system, and in most cases it's not permanent. I hope my daughter doesn't mind me sharing this with you, but when she was about maybe 12 years old, she got this little patch, and it was like in the back of her head, and she was swimming in the pool one day with some, neighbors' kids, and one of them said, "Oh my God, Jen, when you come up out of the water, you have like a little bald spot in the back." So she panicked. It was about the size of, it started off like about the size of a dime, and then it went to like a size of a quarter, and it started going to like the size of a silver dollar. And I took her immediately. I made an appointment for the dermatologist, and he said it was alopecia areata. And he told her that he would start giving her steroid shots, and she had to get them right into the scalp. And, a bunch of them all around the area and into the area. And that poor kid, I felt so bad for her. She was just so afraid, because we know this other girl who had completely lost all her hair, never grew back, and she's had to wear wigs all her life. And she's like, maybe a little bit older than my daughter. So my daughter was panicking. So anyways, the steroid shots that they gave her brought it all back, and like within a few weeks you could start seeing like the peach fuzz growing in, and then it grew out, and thank God, knock on wood, she's never had problems with it again. But I think it was when she was going into, she was in puberty, and your body's changing, and the stress of kids in school, and boys, and your hormones are changing and all that stuff, and you're breaking out, and just peer pressure and the whole bit. Kids it can do a number on them. Whoops. So anyways, that's another one of the possible causes of hair loss. Another one is ringworm, and it says it's a fungus that triggers a distinct pattern of hair loss. It's treated with an antifungal medication. It's easily spread by contact, so family members should all be checked. Another one is childbirth. I remember this after I had my kids. While I was going through my pregnancy, I had thick, shiny, healthy hair, and I thought, oh, it must be the vitamins that I'm taking. It wasn't. Thanks to the high levels of hormones that keep your your hairs that are in the resting phase from falling out, as they normally would, hormones go back to normal, those strands of hair seem to fall out quickly. And it can be kind of shocking. And I remember going through this with my kids. The hair and my part, you could see, like, you know, it was widening and the hair got really sparse there. And, you know, all the hair that I wasn't losing due to my hormone protection when I was pregnant just all happened at once. Like within 3 weeks after having the baby, I noticed, like, oh my God, I'm losing my hair. So it can take up to 2 years for your scalp to return back to normal and your hair to, you know. So don't get panicked. It does grow back. Another cause of hair loss is the pill. And to name a few more, blood thinners, blood pressure medication, heart meds, arthritis drugs, and antidepressants. So if you're on any of these and you notice your hair thinning, crash diets. People who notice hair loss after 3 to 6 months after losing more than 15 pounds. Be prepared to lose some hair if your diet is very low in protein or too high in vitamin A. Somebody was asking me this morning if I knew anything about retin A. Speaking of vitamin A, I used it in the past, and I didn't use it really long enough to notice it being absorbed into my system and causing hair loss. It seemed to work once my face healed from, you know, all the peeling and the raw and all that. My face underneath, all the new skin was gorgeous afterwards. I think I tried it when I was like maybe in my 40s, and I haven't used it since because it was just too harsh on my face. But I'm like all or nothing. I'm going to go into this thing full bore. I'm not going to, you know, graduate up like the doctor says. I'm just going to go at it full bore and just get the effects and, you know, damned it all to hell. If it, you know. Anyways, I looked like hell. So I stopped using it. But after, you know, after the after effects are great, but the during effects, you can't even put on makeup. All right, so I went from crash diets to retin A. All right, the next culprit for hair loss is tight hairstyles. Cornrows, tight ponytails or buns where your hair is constantly pulling, and that is, you know, a big cause of hair loss. So be careful of those tight, you know, ponytails. Cancer treatment is also another cause. Chemo and radiation. We all know that, so that kind of goes without saying. Extreme stress on the body or on the mind, like major surgery, extreme blood loss, or extreme severe emotional trauma. You know, like emotional trauma like a death in the family, or a divorce, or even even like childbirth is an emotional trauma, in that it's a happy emotion, but it's also a life-changing, you know, effect on your, you know, on your life. And although it's happy, it takes a lot of getting used to it, and it does cause a lot of stress. All right, so the only really cures that I found, and they're not cures, I shouldn't say, I don't think there's a cure for baldness that's permanent. They have Rogaine, but the benefits only last while using it. For alopecia, though, there are the cortisteroids, like my daughter had, and they inject it into the scalp, and that does work. And also low energy laser light. You may want to, you know, Google that and look it up. I don't know if that would be a permanent thing, you know, cause permanent benefits, you know, and just do it like that, you know, once or a few times, and then you never have to do it again. But anyways, I just wanted to, you know, let you guys know about that. And also, you know, as we get into menopause, our hair thins out and it gets brittle and it turns gray and it, you know, snaps off and it changes texture and all that fun stuff. So, I don't know, it's just it's just life, you know. We just got to take it, and that's it. You know, what can you do? Make the best of it. Go out and buy a beautiful wig, like a lot of my friends on here have done, and they look gorgeous. And, you know, just make the best of it. Get some little clip-on hair extensions to fill in the gaps, and rock it. So I hope this helped, you know, some. And I hope you are all having a great day. And I have a few more videos coming up, so I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.